Hey there, welcome back. So let's jump right in and get into the vanilla item retextures and tweaks. So as always, let's start by creating that separator. Let's copy this here, click on the three dots, create separator, and paste. Okay, so I'm gonna drag this all the way down. I'm gonna drag this all the way down, and I'm gonna go ahead and click on downloads here, just to be ready. Okay, first up, a Medium-Born Blade of Woe, Classic, Skyrim Legendary Edition mod. So let's download the main file. Files, Mod Manager download. Let's install it. Okay. And activate it. A Medium-Born Book of Silence, a large collection of high-resolution replacements for Skyrim textures, including many armors, weapons, creatures, and unique items. And we're going to extract the BSA on this one and delete several textures. So let's download it. Okay, so we're looking for the CCOR content add-on main file. So let's install it. Or download it first. And it looks like it's a pretty big file. About a gig. A little over a gig. Okay, once it's downloaded, let's install it. A Medium-Born Book of Silence. Okay. And we do want to extract this BSA, so click yes. Alright, before we activate it, let's go and delete these folders from the texture directory. So, right click on the Medium-Born, open and explore, go into textures, actors, DLC02, and we're going to delete Dragon Priest Acolyte, we're going to delete Hulking Draugr, and we're going to delete Storm Achnok Ash. Okay, next up, we're going to go back into actors, and now we're going to delete Dragon Priest, Draugr, Falmer, Skeleton, and Spriggan. Okay, we are done with that. Let's activate it and then move on. Now we're doing a Medium-Born Content Add-on SE. Okay, so this file provides support for the texture variations included in a Medium-Born Book of Silence and simplifies the SE installation for Book of Silence. So let's download the main file. And download. Okay, let's install it. Okay. Activation. And then next up, a Medium-Born Book of Silence Armors. This mod provides high quality textures for armors. And we're going to download an optional file, Armors. So click on download here. Go into files. Go down to optional files and looking for armors. First file in the optional section. So mod manager download. And it's a pretty big chunk, a little over 600 megabytes. Alright, once it's downloaded, let's install it. There's a faux mod, so let's expand the faux mod instructions. And we're going to click on custom on the first page, click next, next, and let's expand this. So, if this looks a little too small for you, just right click and click on view image and you'll get a larger image, but I could kind of make it out, so I'm good. So the first section, we're going to select none. For steel, we're going to select none. We're not going to select anything in steel plate. Under leather, nothing. Hide and studded, nothing. Fur, nothing. Elven, we're going to go with Elven Dark default. We're not going to choose any Dwarven stuff. Scroll down a little bit. So for Orcish, we're also not going to go with anything. That's under the list over here, so let's click next over here. So for scaled, we don't want anything. For wolf armor, we want the wolf gray fur. For glass, we're not choosing anything. Ebony, we're also not choosing anything, and neither for our blades or Falmer. And then click install. Oh, I forgot to rename it. So let's rename it. A Medium-Born Book of Silence, and we're just going to add armors at the end. Come on now. Okay. Okay, go ahead and activate it. Now we're going to install a couple of Skyrim Legendary Edition mods. So first one is a Medium-Born Hide and Studded Hide. And we're going to download the Ultra version. Click on Files, then the Ultra version, the second one. And then install that. Let's activate it. And then we're going to do a Medium-Born Imperial Light and Studded. We want the 4K version. files, and then the 4K version, second one. And let's go ahead and install it. Then after that, medium-born iron and banded iron armor. This mod is a texture replacer for iron and banded armor set. We're going to download the 4K version of that, and then we got some tinkering to do after that. So let's download the 4K version. Files. Second to last. Boom. So let's go ahead and install it. Click OK. Now we're going to rename a texture. So I click on a medium-born iron and banded armor, open it Explorer. So textures, armor, iron, and we're going to rename shield_m. So let's find that. Shield_m. We're going to rename it to _em.dds. So we just want to add e before the m. So rename and add that e. Good. That's it. Let's activate that and move on. Yep. A medium-born scaled armor. This mod is a texture replacer for the scaled armor set, and we're going to download version 2. Download it. Install it. Okay. Let's activate that. Now, a medium-born Stormcloak Officer armor. This mod is a texture replacer for the Stormcloak Officer armor set, and we're going to download the Ultra version. It's under optional, and it's the last file here. And as usual, install it, and then activate it. Let's clean up this mess. Delete installed downloads. Okay, Connorix accoutrement patches. This mod added various patches for Connorix accoutrements. So we're going to get the improved close-faced helmets and WACCF patch. Main file. And that is the very first one, is it? Oh, this has viz at the end. We want the second one. Let's go ahead and install that. And I'm going to rename this to improved close-face helmets and WACCF patch. Okay. And later on, we're going to add a loot rule to it. Apophysis, Dragon Priest masks. Apophysis. I don't know. A retexture project of the Dragon Priest masks using my fractal art. So we want an optional file, the loose version, and the main file, extra Apophysis Dragon Priest masks. So that's strange. I guess we're installing the optional file before the main file. Let's see. Yeah, I guess so. And which main file did we want? Extra. Extra, okay. So let's install that optional file first, and we're going to install these as separate mods. And let's make sure these named appropriately. Apophysis Dragon Priest Mask Loose, okay. And then Dragon Priest Masks Extra. Drop down Masks Extra, okay. Let's go ahead and activate those. Now, Lean Wolf's Better Shaped Weapons. Lean Wolf's Better Shaped Weapons installer is what we want. And that's the only main file. Go ahead and download that. Let's open up the full mod instructions to get ready. I can't read that, so I'm going to right click, click on View. Now let's install it. Okay, we're going to install everything. Next, we want to choose both sheath options. Next, we don't want any of these patches. Next, none of these is either. We want to choose the no refraction version here for step 5. Next, we want the Dawnbreaker sheath for the elf. Next, Dawnbreaker for E and B. Next, we want the Dragon Boring weapons. Next, and then no dual sheath install. Good. Let's click back on our browser. Activate this. Minimize that. Now, Elven Weapons for Silence. This mod retextures Elven Weapons is missing. Mod retextures Elven Weapons is missing in a medium-born Book of Silence. Okay, it's an optional file. And then we want the Lean Wolf Elven Dark Obsidian. Files. Optional. Lean Wolf Elven Dark Obsidian. Install that. Activate that. Now, Great Sword Sheaths and Scabbards Redux. This mod adds scabbards and sheaths to the two-headed great swords. We want the main file. Main file. Let's expand that foam mod. And then let's install it. So we want meshes thin. And then the next option here, we want full size. And then at the bottom, we do want to select Skyforge Steel. And then install. Whoops. And then activate it. Alright, Ebony Weapon 2017 Retexture. This mod retextures ebony weapons not covered by a Medium-Born Book of Silence. We want the main file, Super Ultimate Lore Friendly Ebony, and we want the optional Cactus Ebony Better Shaped Weapons, a quiver. So let's go and download that. Download the main file. And download Cactus Ebony Better Shaped Weapons Quiver. And we're going to install these as two separate mods. So, first the main file, Super Ultimate Lore Friendly Ebony. Click on OK. Then Cactus Ebony Better Shaped Weapons. Make sure it's named appropriately. Click drop down. And then click on Cactus Ebony. OK. Let's activate those. Alright, Rustic Armor and Weapons. Rustic Armor and Weapons Special Edition is a high-res retexture of select armors and weapons. So we're going to install it, and it looks like we're going to delete a folder in the textures directory. So let's go and download that. I believe we want the 4K version, right? Of course. 4K version. And let's install it. And let's do it this way. Click on Manual. Go into Textures. Go into Weapons. And uncheck Blade of Woe. And then click OK. Okay, Frankly HD Dawnguard Armor and Weapons. This mod is high-resolution retexture of Dawnguard's armor and weapons to faction, not DLC. Okay, let's do it. Download. Files, and then we want the main file. Okay, let's open up that faux mod in preparation, and let's install it. We want the 4K version, and then install. Nice, nice. Frankly HD Nightingale Armor and Weapons. This mod is high-resolution retexture of Nightingale weapon and armor, with heavily enhanced normal maps. Great. So we're going to download a main file and an optional file. Frankly HD Nightingale's Lean Wolf Better Shaped Weapons. Good. So let's start with the main file. Okay, go down, click the last menu here, or the last file here, for Lean Wolf's Better Shaped Weapons. Alright, install the main file first. Probably going to be 4K texture. And it is. Next. Next. For this, we want the full gloves, and then install. Okay, and let's install that optional file as a separate mod. Click on the drop down, and we want the Better Shaped Weapons and Dual Sheath Redux patch. Okay. Let's activate those, clean this up, delete installed downloads. Alright, Gemling Queen Jewelry. This mod aims to replace all jewelry gemstones with actual transparency and depth as opposed to flat, vertex-colored plastic. So let's get that main file. Okay, let's open up that full mod and then install it. We want amulets, circlets, and rings. DLC add-ons, we want both add-ons. And then next, we want Gamwich Amulet Textures 1K. That's the bottom option. Next. For ring textures, we want Gamwich Ring Textures Combined 1K. And then the next two, we don't want to choose anything. Then install. Alright, and then we're going to delete Vampire Amulet Fix ESP. So right-click on Gemling Queen Jewelry, open an Explorer, and delete the .esp. And let's activate that. Circlet USEP fixes. This mod fixes the problem that circlet mods don't work well with USEP. So let's download that fix. Go to Files, And which one do we want? The Gimling Queen Jewelry, the first option. Let's install that. Activate it. Let's see if I can endorse this. And I can, good. Improved close-faced helmets. This mod makes modifications to Skyrim's close-face helmets to have actual eye sockets and gaps so that you can see the character's eyes and some face features. And we're going to extract that BSA. Okay, mod manager download. And install. And yes, we do want to extract the BSA. Okay, Apophysis DPM, improved close-face helmet patch. Files, download. Alright, and then install it. Activate it. New jewels for circlets. This mod replaces the Onyx and Moonstone gems retexture only when combined with Gemling Queen jewelry. Let's download that main file, normal and grayscale. That's the second option. And this is the Skyrim Legendary Edition mod. And let's install that. Okay. Activate. Rustic Clothing Special Edition. This mod is a high-resolution clothing texture overhaul for Skyrim. Every piece of clothing in the game is covered. We want the 4K version. Download. Files. 4K. And of course, if you're having any doubts about the amount of VRAM you have, you got a 2K and a 2K-1K version. And a big file, 2.5 gigs. And when that's done downloading, let's install it. Rustic Clothing. Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's activate it and move on to the next mod. Frankly HD Stormcloak and City Guards. This mod provides a high-resolution retexture of Stormcloak and City Guards armors. Great. We want the Ultra HD version, 4K version, and there's an update file. And it's a Legendary Edition mod. Let's download it. So download the Ultra version, and then the fix for Spider Sand for 4K version. Very last file. So let's install the main file first. Frankly HD Stormcloak, okay. And since this is an update, we're going to merge it into the main file. So just make sure that the names match. Frankly HD Stormcloaks and City Guards, okay. And then merge. Activate it. Now Stormcloak Armor Revival. This is a high quality texture replacer for Stormcloak soldiers' uniforms. We want the 4K version. Files. And there's also a 2K and a 1K version if you prefer. Let's install that. Activate it. And need shields. Immersive 4K replacers for every hold shield in Skyrim with hand-forged textures, a plethora of crafting options. We want the 2K version. Go into files. There's a 2K, 1K, 2K, 4K. We want the 2K version in this instance. And let's install it. And let's activate it. And let's see if I could endorse this. Yep. Alright, Frankly HD Thieves Guild Armors. This mod is a high-resolution retexture of Thieves Guild Armors. It includes all variants of the armor, Standard, Guild, Master, Linways, and blah blah blah. So let's download it. Let's open up that full mode. Okay, we want the 4K version. Install. Okay, let's move on to armor conversions. So let's create that separator. Copy armor conversions. Click on the 3 dots in Mod Organizer 2. Go to Separator. Paste. Okay. Alright, TMB Vanilla Armors and Clothes. Vanilla Armor and Clothes conversion for UNP. So let's download it. Very, very nice. Okay, let's install it. Alright, let's open up the full mod instructions. You want the USIP compatible version. next, and next. We want the vanilla. Choose vanilla variants for all armors. Okay, there you go. So vanilla for everything. So vanilla next. Okay, I guess we're just gonna go with Blades Light Armor. Next, Daedric Vanilla. Next, Vanilla Shrouded Armor. Next, Vanilla Dragonborn. Vanilla Dragon Scale. Vanilla Ancient Nord. Vanilla Dwarven. Vanilla Ebony. Vanilla Elven. Vanilla Falmer. Vanilla General Tullius. Vanilla Glass. Vanilla Hide. Vanilla Imperial. Vanilla Iron. Vanilla Nightingale. Vanilla Steel. And on and on and on. Just keep clicking. Don't go too fast though, just, steady rhythm. Just in case we come across an option we gotta take a closer look at. So just vanilla everything. Are we there yet? I'm hungry. Don't make me turn this car around. Wow, that's a lot. There it is. Okay, after all that, we have to delete some what looks like meshes, and we're going to replace the ESP in here. So let's go ahead and delete these meshes. So right click, open and explore. So we're going into meshes, armor, Daedric, and we're going to delete the Daedric helmet for females, or the Daedric F, helm F, 0 and 1. So choose both of those by control clicking and then delete it. Now we need to go into meshes hide. So go back into armor, click on armor, and then click on hide. Where are you? There you are. And we're going to delete, we're going to go into F folder, and we're going to delete the helmets. Or Cuirass, I mean. Yes, Cuirass. Medium, Cuirass medium. It's the last two files here, so delete that. So now let us download the replacer ESP by clicking here and clicking save. So open up your download folder, cut this, cut. Then go back into TMB Vanilla Armors by right clicking and open and explore, and then paste. And replace the file, yes. Alright, very good. Activate that. Now we're going to move on to Echo's Dark Brotherhood Shrouded Armor and UNP SSE versions. So let's download that. Mod Manager download. And we don't want the textures folder in this mod. So instead of installing it and then deleting it, we're going to do this. Double click, go in manual, and uncheck textures. And then click OK. And then activate it. Alright, that concludes this video. In the next video, we're going to go into new items. I'll see you guys later.